I'm Johnny come lately to Sunbeams. I knew nothing about them, but I had a garage in Penn, and there was a bloke who used to bring an old Sunbeam to our garage to have it MOT'd, and one day afterwards I went along and saw this bloke, and this bloke was a gentleman called Anthony Heel, and he'd written all the books on Sunbeams, and we had an amazing evening, me mainly drinking his port. I turned up in my posh Maestro van, my Austin Maestro van, with Slades written on the side, and that was it. And he was explaining mainly about Le Mans and Sunbeams and all their history. And the next morning I rang to thank him, and they said, I'm sorry, he's been taken to hospital, and I think he died later that day. So I had the last day with him, and then subsequently read his book on Sunbeams and started to learn about them. I was at a do all about Talbots and what have you, and the guy said to me, he said, yeah, but these are so much better than the Twin Cam Sunbeam. Twin Cam Sunbeams are problems, they're difficult. And I bought one within the week. I decided to have one. So that's that. That's a bit how I ended up buying a Sunbeam. Not this one, I hasten to add. This one is a Twin Cam 3 litre Super Sports saloon. And I saw this, I didn't know any existed, and I saw this in Yeovil. There's a guy called Palmer, and he was a farmer and had this car, and someone said he might be interested in selling it. So I kept going along and chatting to him about it, and each time I chatted to him, the price went up by £10,000, and he said, well, I'm not really interested. Then he said he was, and then one morning at 6 o'clock in the morning he rang me up. He always rang at 6 o'clock in the morning because he was a farmer. He didn't realise the rest of us don't get up till 11 o'clock. He said, yeah, I'll sell it. And so I bought it. When I bought the car off Clive Palmer, it was bright red and cream, and I thought I couldn't live with this, and I wasn't sure what to do. And everybody had said to me, oh, well, of course, you'd have to recover the car. You'll have to take, because it's a canvas-bodied car, so it's ash frame, all made, it's covered in canvas, and made by Sunbeam themselves. And they said, oh, no, you've got to recover the car. And I thought, well, maybe not. And what we've done is simply paint it. We've treated the canvas as though it's any other material, metal, steel, aluminium, or whatever, and painted it. And it's worked rather well. I didn't want it to look too new, so we put a lot of matting agent into the paint, so it would have this matte appearance. It didn't dry very well, so new springs all round. Bros Forge did those for us, and it just transformed the handling. We made all the instruments work. Someone had connected the speedo cable backwards, and it's interesting that when we connected it the right way around, the speedo actually worked. When you think it had had all these years being driven backwards, I thought it wouldn't work, but it does. We've connected the Nevex petrol gauge. We've done a lot of things with the timing gears, sorting those out, and it's running rather well. The rest I have been trying to leave as much as possible. I've cleaned up the bonnet, and so I polished that. That was cream before. And it's it's this thing, this neglect that the cars have, this benign neglect. So the important things are done, but the unimportant things, the cosmetic things, are important. So this car is standard. Nothing has been modified. So many people like to modify their cars. They want to improve them. They want to do better than the way Sunbeam made them. You know, actually Sunbeam might have just known what they were doing.